Have you ever been to a concert? Have you ever watched somebody on stage? And when they sing a song and somebody said, man, how was the song? They said, oh, they're a really good singer. But then somebody gets up there, sings a song, and somebody says, how was the concert? Oh man, I just heard somebody, they sung. But then, as in the vernacular of the African American culture, when they done singed and sung, there's a word that is used, and it's called sang. And it says, child, they sang it. Now you got to understand what sang it means. Sang it doesn't mean they just sung. Sang it means they broke that thing down, tore it down. When folk got through listening to whoever that singer was, that something had happened to them, and people was just like, they might have been in a concert that is a secular concert. It didn't matter what they could have been singing, baby, since I lost my baby. But if you sang it like Luther Vandross would sang it, then there was no comparison. The story of David Goliath actually has a passage of scripture in it when it says that when David went toward Goliath, and Goliath is this big hulky guy with a sword and a shield, and it says that David slang the slingshot. Now we think of David as some little 8-year or 9-year-old kid. Actually, David was in his late teens, early 20s. And he had been out tending sheep all of his life. And he couldn't just keep protecting his sheep with his staff. So he learned to use a weapon. And that weapon was a slingshot. Not one of those little pop slingshots, but something that went around. And David learned, he practiced it over and over again, out there by himself. Lions, tigers, no tigers in it. I just thought I'd throw that in. But lions and bears is what the text actually says. And he learned to defend his sheep. He learned to look after himself. And he learned how to become a slinger who can slang. Actually, if you go back in the old days, that's where you got the term gun slinger from, because they were able to shoot a projectile out of and through a vehicle. Same thing as a stone in a slingshot. David slang it. So it means that David had repeated his craft over and over again. What happens when you repeat something over and over again? You become good at it. And so now he had come up against Goliath. All of that practice was about meeting up with Goliath. When practice meets opportunity, everything that you may have been dealing with in life, there's going to be a moment in time when all of that's going to be called on. All of the tricks of life that you've learned. All the little tough places in life that you've gone through. The hurts, the pains that you have somehow gotten through. And learned how to smile even in the midst of those things. What's going to happen is that finally you're going to get the opportunity to be able to, whenever it's time, you're going to use what you've gone through to take you to the next level of living, the next level of life.